Welcome to the Next Level Facebook Ads Podcast with Phil Graham. We help you master Facebook ads and give you an unfair advantage over your competition. Are you ready? Let's go.
What's up, podcast family? Welcome to the Next Level Facebook Ads Podcast, episode 348. I'm Phil Graham. I'm so excited, you guys. Today, I'm going to be sharing how to crush Facebook and Instagram ads here in 2024. Now, make sure you guys go back and listen to last week's episode about why you should be going all in on Facebook ads this year. Today is about how to do it, and future episodes will also be a lot more about how to do it in depth. But I'll tell you what, I need to tell it to you guys like it really is. 2024 is a year of amazing opportunity. Why not make this the year that you guys finally learn ads the right way and market the right way? Make this the year that you finally start that new project or business you've always wanted to do, or take that chance you've always wanted to take. There is so much opportunity out there, but I want you guys to do it in a smart way, not a reckless way. So I'm excited to share today how I recommend you guys crush ads this year. There's so many great things that I'm going to be sharing. Before we jump into that, though, real briefly, if you guys are looking for one-on-one coaching in 2024 so you can finally learn ads the right way, it really is, in my opinion, by far the best way to learn ads is through one-on-one with your exact situation. So whether you're looking for that or you want somebody to actually run your ads for you so then you can focus on what you do best, for either one of those things, you can just go to my website, philgrahamdigital.com, or you can DM me on Instagram at philgrahamdigital, and I would love to connect with you. Also, I do have a Facebook group. It's called Next Level Ads. You can go to facebook.com/groups/Next Level Ads. I've had it for a long time. I have not had time to really be in there for quite a few years, but I'm going to make it a priority to start spending more time in there this year. So you are also absolutely welcome to join that as well. So let's jump right in and talk about crushing Facebook ads this year. I'm going to be sharing some of the things that I recommend and that we're going to be focusing on a lot. And first and foremost, in my opinion, to have success with ads, you've really got to get good at this stuff and be highly skilled. This isn't a bunch of years ago before all the iOS privacy changes and stuff like that. You've actually got to be good at it now, which in my opinion is a good thing, really, because it separates those who are really good from those who are not, and most are not. So if you are good, that gives you an edge. It gives you an advantage, but you got to be good at this stuff. You can't just run ads. Running ads is like knowing how to play basketball. It doesn't make you a professional. It doesn't make you good at it. But when you get good at it, amazing things can happen. Also, for crushing ads, you've got to have a strategy, and you've got to make smart decisions that are based off of that strategy and based off of things like, data and skill, versus what most people do is they just randomly run ads and hope for the best. And they just turn them on, turn them off, and just randomly run ads. You want to set yourself apart from all of those people who do those types of things and give yourself a better chance for success. So in order to crush ads, you should be running ads with a strategy and really using data to make smart decisions. So I've got some other things I want to share with you guys that I think are really important to being successful at ads. And I'm going to kind of go through them pretty quickly because I want to make this podcast short, sweet, and full of value. But these things are all so important. First of all, I recommend you guys stop listening to the fake gurus and the get-rich-quick. I can't call them experts because they're not. I'm going to call them the get-rich-quick idiots because they are. And stop looking for quick fixes. Get-rich-quick is not a thing. Having a quick fix or a hack that nobody knows about that magically makes you money is not a thing. These things will just waste your time and money. I've had so many people come to me after taking courses or coaching or even watching free stuff from spammers and get-rich-quick idiots, and it just has just costed them so much. You don't want that to be you. Obviously, when it comes to ads and marketing and business, there's no guarantees. But if there was anything as close to a guarantee as possible, it would be that get rich quick is not a thing. That's how certain I am that you should stay away from those types of things because they are not there to serve you. And that's usually going to set you back. So be careful. Don't look for quick fixes and get rich quick stuff because that's not reality. Secondly, I want you guys to really focus on your mindset when it comes to ads and risk. I know most of you are focused on tactics and strategies, and you should be, but mindset is actually a huge factor in your success. There are so many people that when they spend money on ads and they start risking, they start almost kind of freaking out inside. It's somewhat normal if you're not used to it. And then guess what? That leads them to making bad decisions, but decisions based off of emotions and fear, not strength, not data, not skill, not experience. So you've got to really focus your mindset right when it comes to spending money on ads, investing in yourself, betting on yourself, ignoring the get rich quick stuff and all those stupid expectations that are not real, and really focus on being okay with spending some money to promote your business consistently. Now, obviously, it shouldn't be too much. You want to spend an amount that's right for you, whatever that is. And like with my clients, we work on what that number is. You also don't want to spend money and then quickly turn things off because that's probably going to hurt you as well, because that's an emotional decision. So remember, you've got to focus on your mindset. There are some clients, like I have some coaching clients where we focus a lot on that. And then other clients, they're good to go. They don't need that. It's all about strategy and tactics. But if you are one of those people where you do turn things on and off all the time because of emotion, you've got to be very careful because that could be hurting you. You want to do things right. You want to be willing to bet on yourself and bet on yourself, but do it in a smart way. My next tip is to embrace and leverage video ads this year. And remember to use my formula. And my formula is in these video ads and other ads for that matter, you want to educate, entertain, inspire, differentiate, and also kind of wrap that up in a bow of a call to action. Now, not every ad is going to do these things and not every ad is going to have all of them. But if you can do some of them, that can make a huge difference. And then sometimes you will have all of these things in your ads. Video ads are huge. And in my opinion, they're the most undervalued, biggest opportunity in 2024 for most businesses. So I would absolutely recommend leveraging video ads as a huge way to run ads this year. Now, you don't always have to be in them. There's different ways to run video ads and do them. But I really recommend you guys focus on really getting good at creating great video ads. That's something that we can help you with. You can keep listening to the podcast. I'll have more episodes on this, but I would make this a big focus for you guys this year. The next thing I recommend is to leverage Instagram Reels ads this year. Reels are huge. There's some people that log on to Instagram and they don't even look at the normal feed. They just go to Reels and don't look at anything else. And it continues to grow and grow and grow. So definitely focus on running some good Reels ads this year. I actually have a big episode on how to crush it with Instagram Reels ads, and it's coming out literally next week. It's the very next episode. I'm going to be recording that. So make sure you guys listen to that because it's going to go in depth. So many things that we're going to be using when it comes to Reels ads this year and what we're going to be doing. So make sure you guys check that out next week. But I recommend you leverage Reels ads this year in a big way. Next, I would use AI. Of course, I love AI, but use it the right way and use it the smart way here in 2024. There are so many advertisers and businesses and entrepreneurs that are making big mistakes with AI that sometimes cost them a lot of time and even money. And that can really hurt them. I don't want that to be you. So use it, but use it smart. What I don't recommend is using AI to write your ad copy for you and just putting out there whatever it gives you. To me, that puts you at a disadvantage. I would use it for ideas and concepts and maybe some angles and some research and things like that. But then you've got to combine that with either what you know and what your skill is, or what your skill is going to be as you build it. Because when you combine skill and what you know about your specific business, your situation, your competitors, your customers, you combine that with the stuff that AI gives you, and then you put those together to make something amazing. That's where great things can happen. And that can give you a huge edge over people making the mistake of just using AI and ChatGPT to write their ad copy. I would never recommend doing that for most of you guys. I think it's going to hurt you in many ways. I do use AI for a lot of stuff, and I recommend you guys do too, but just be careful. Don't make big mistakes with it, because that could set you back. I'm going to have a lot more on AI this year. I'm going to have a lot of episodes specifically on that, so don't worry. Got a lot of help for you coming when it comes to that, because there's a lot of bad information out there when it comes to AI. My next tip for ad success in 2024 is to commit to consistency in running your ads. Set a comfortable but consistent budget that you are okay with this year, and commit to being consistent. So many people make the mistake of turning ads on and off and on and off, the start-stop method, I call it. And that is, for most advertisers, setting you up for failure. You've got to be consistent. First of all, sometimes it takes time to see if something's even working. Some of our best ads didn't start off that way, but I saw things in the data that led me to believe they might be good, and then all of a sudden they started crushing it. Most people would have turned those off really fast and shot themselves in their own foot. You don't want to do that. Now, obviously, if something is running too long and it's not good, you don't want that either. So that's where that skill and timing comes in. But you've got to be consistent. So when you're running ads, think of a budget you're comfortable with, and just consistently always have that going. Give it enough time to see if it works or if it doesn't work. And if it doesn't work, if you're doing it the right way, you can find out why. And then guess what? Does that mean you just stop advertising? No. It means you fix whatever the problem was, or you try something different, and then you test that and you rinse and repeat. But you've got to be consistent, because that is a huge part of success when it comes to running ads for a lot of advertisers. My next tip is to also be consistent when it comes to testing ads. Not only consistently, but also correctly. So many advertisers either don't test at all, or they test all wrong, where there's like 4 or 5 different variables. Then it's impossible to know why something worked or didn't work. So first of all, ABT, baby. Always be testing. Always be testing something. And when you are testing, let's say you've got 2 ads you're testing. There should only be one variable between those 2 ads, one variable. And that way, no matter what happens, whether it was a bad thing or a good thing, you're going to know that that variable is what caused it. And then you can put that into your database of knowledge that builds your skill. And then the next actions you take are because of that, which make you smarter and set you on a good path. That's the right way to test. So make sure you guys are not only testing, but doing it in the right way with only one variable, using that data, and then making smart decisions based off of what you learn. And then you rinse and repeat that with your next ad and your next ad and your next ad, and ongoing. It can make a huge difference, you guys. Okay, a couple more is to diversify and add some additional platforms for advertising this year. Now, if you don't have a large budget, I don't recommend doing this yet, because then you're just going to water the budget down and you're going to be in too many places with not enough money anywhere. So unless you have a large budget, I would highly recommend, for most businesses, focus on Meta. Focus on being on Facebook and Instagram. But if you have a large budget, or you grow into one this year, once you've had some success, then I would add like a second platform. Not everybody knows this, but we run ads on other platforms for clients too. We run ads on Google and YouTube and TikTok and Pinterest and LinkedIn and other places as well. This podcast, of course, is specifically about Facebook and Instagram, because they're my favorites. And I think they're still the most powerful of all. But I do love running ads on other platforms for clients, and that can be powerful. So if you've got a large budget, I still would make Facebook and Instagram your primary, but I would start testing one or two other platforms, test the waters on those and see how those go. My next tip for crushing ads this year is to focus on trust and credibility and differentiation with your ads. Don't just run the spammy sales pitch crappy ads that you see all the time. That's why people hate ads, because they suck. Run ads that don't suck. Again, run ads that don't suck, you guys. Focus on building credibility and trust. Do you know that so many people base their decision on what they're going to buy, whether it is a product or a service or a local business or a digital course, whatever it is? They base their decision not just on the product or the service, but on who is selling it, whether that's the brand or company behind it or the person behind it. That's where trust comes in. That's where credibility comes in. Those things matter. They make a huge difference. They can literally mean the difference between failure and success. So this year, make sure that you are focusing on running some ads to just generate and build trust and credibility. How do you do that in ads? Well, I'm going to have some future episodes on that, but some of the ways you can do it are to give value in the ads. That's a great way to build trust and credibility, but also going back to being consistent. If people consistently see your ads, that can start building some trust just from that. So there's a lot of different ways you can go about that, and we'll talk more about that with future episodes. But make sure you don't just run spammy sales pitch ads. Focus on trust and credibility. And remember my formula: educate, entertain, inspire, and differentiate. And then last but not least, my friends, make 2024 the year that you master, or at least work on mastering, the data. Being highly skilled at evaluating ad data and marketing data is one of the biggest factors for success that somebody could have. Yet nobody really talks about this stuff because it's more fun talking about funnels and headlines and stuff like that. And yes, we talk about that a lot too. But I also talk about data, and I don't see other people doing that, much less doing it in a good way, doing it right. If you master the data, that can give you a huge edge. When you're making decisions based off of your skill in evaluating the data, and I don't just mean sales, I'm talking about many aspects of data when it comes to running ads. That's what can separate you from so many others. Now, I've got something I use. It's a dashboard. I've talked about it a little bit on previous episodes, and I'm going to make that available to you guys this year pretty soon. I'll announce it on the podcast when it's ready. But that's one of the ways that we collect and analyze data, is by having a really good dashboard. So we'll talk about that in a future episode, but that is on the way. I've got you covered with that. And I'm also going to have, of course, episodes on mastering the data, because there's nothing good out there about it. So I'll be talking a lot more about that. But just know that's one of the focus areas you should have if you really want to crush ads this year. So my friends, episode 348 is in the books. There is so much opportunity in 2024. I hope you take advantage of it. I've got a lot of great episodes coming up on AI and on a lot of other topics, including Instagram Reels ads next week. So make sure you pay attention to that and listen to that. And if you guys want to get in touch, again, philgrahamdigital.com is the website, or you can DM me on Instagram at philgrahamdigital. And I will talk to you guys on next week's episode. Peace out.
Thanks for listening to the Next Level Facebook Ads Podcast. Please remember to subscribe and share this with all your friends. For show notes, more tips, and to learn more about Phil, please visit philgrahamdigital.com/podcast.